Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, it's a pleasure to be with you, and today we'll be talking about obesity. When we're talking about obesity, it's because it's not just a social thing, but it could also be a health thing. If you look at it from the point of fact that medically, we categorize people into being within their normal weight. They could be slightly overweight, and then they could be obese. And even when they are obese, they could have mild obesity, moderate obesity, or severe obesity. By the time the body mass index of an individual is more than 40, and we have a way of calculating that, which I won't bore you with, then we say that person has severe or morbid obesity. Now, how do we get to this level? Most often you find that becoming obese could actually be a sociocultural thing. In some environments, it's believed that if you're not looking chubby, you're not looking big, then you are not living well. So people tend to allow themselves to slide towards obesity. In most instances too, an obese child tends to become an obese adult. And if we only knew that our health was being affected adversely, then we would discourage all this manner of thinking. How does obesity affect us medically or health-wise? The first thing is to know that you're carrying about an excess weight, and that means your heart, which must continuously work, is also going to work at an excess rate for it to be able to lift this excess weight around. Again, apart from the fact that your heart is working excessively, it's also going to push the heart towards failing more than in a person that has the normal weight. It also tends to tilt the individual towards more diseases, more illnesses like hypertension, like diabetes mellitus, and the like. Whereas a lean person is less likely to have these diseases, or when they do have it, to have it to a less severe extent. Obesity also affects us mechanically. By this I mean that it affects the way you walk. Your feet are protesting, your joints are protesting. It affects every part of you. Unfortunately for you, when you are obese, you tend to engage in less activity. And in engaging in less activity, it means that you'll even get fatter or more obese, because of course you'll be taking in as much, if not more, than what you were taking before you became this obese, and then you're performing less activity. Now, what do you do when you are obese? You need to get out of being obese. You need to get off your bum, do more activities, take part in more exercise, try and get yourself rid of this excess load that you are carrying around. The other thing is to watch your diet. We're not saying you should starve yourself, because of course, in most instances, when you go off your food, you really do not lose weight, you just get ill. What you need to do is moderate or change your diet from being a heavy meal of carbohydrate in the morning, carbohydrates in the afternoon, another heavy one in the night, especially eating late in the night, and you do not have enough time for your body to process this food before you go to sleep. Introduce into your diet vegetables, things that are light, that are less in calorie, but they will fill your tummy, make you feel fine that, oh, I've eaten something, but they're giving you less calorie. Take less carbohydrates, take less processed carbohydrates like sweet drinks and chocolates, and exercise more. When you do this, you realize that eventually you will lose some weight, but you will have done it without getting ill. And this is actually the essence. And once you do that, even yourself, you will begin to feel better. You are able to take part in more activities, you enjoy your life better, and you're not as prone to falls or injuries, fractures, and all of that, as you would have been when you were obese, especially if you were morbidly obese. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to let us understand that by taking care of ourselves, by taking care of our health, we're actually performing a form of ibadah. And may He continue to keep us well and fit. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.